Good morning, my beautiful people. Today we are on the Get to 20K call for SkyPoint. My name is Krystle Rampersad, and I will be the host today. Thank you for joining us this morning. We know it's early. This morning, I have the honor of interviewing my very close friend. She's also known as my sis, Teresa Kitchings. She's the VP of Family First Life Unparalleled. She does 20K a month on her personal pen. She's a mom of six, not one, not two, but six kids. And she has a hectic schedule being a mom, a wife, and she is an agency owner. So if you guys could pretty much help me welcome Teresa. How are you doing, Teresa?
Good morning, guys. Good morning, team. I'm doing well. Blessed and thankful for the opportunity to get back to the team, especially to the ladies and the gentlemen out there who are parents and trying to do this business. Definitely want to give back as much as I can and share tips on how I've done what I've done in such a short time. So
Awesome. So we're going to get straight to it, guys. Again, Teresa is a mom, so we want to make this as quick as possible, but we do want to properly educate all of you guys so you guys understand how a mom does 20,000 a month and she has kids. So Teresa, if we could start by asking, what is your background before Family First Life?
Prior to Family First Life, I worked for a very large, very well-known financial institution for about 12 years. Just banking, mortgage, everything that has to do with financials, I've done. So I have no prior experience with life insurance. I did have a property and casualty insurance license back like years ago, but it wasn't what I thought I wanted at that time. So I moved to banking and I had been there for quite some time.
Okay, beautiful. So it's safe to say you found Family First Life and things is doing much better is the reason why you're not in the banking industry, correct?
Right.
Okay, awesome. And what exactly did you do, like specifically in the banking industry, just to educate a few of the viewers?
So home loans, I started home loans. Sorry for the background noise. I started home loans. I started in short sale. I worked my way to Office of the President. I was working, I was actually writing letters to homeowners, letting them know that their homes were being foreclosed on behalf of the president of the bank.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
that became a little hard for me because, it was people who are basically what we do. We sell mortgage protection, right? So
Okay.
those people who were losing their homes due to a heart attack or stroke, just a condition that they had nothing, beyond their control, and they just needed time. So that was mainly my background for the most part of my time at the bank.
Oh,
And then I moved over to, because I just didn't sit well with me writing those letters, I moved it over to the banking side. So it was no longer home loans. I was now doing handling, when I left the bank, high wealth, wealthy clients. So celebrities, athletes, I was handling those accounts. So that's kind of my background. A little bit of everything.
nice. Okay. So thank you for sharing that with us. So of course, the typical question we all would like to know, how did Teresa Kitchings get started?
For me, I actually had no aspirations of doing this. I was just pretty much supporting Brandon. Everybody knows Brandon Kitchings, my husband, FFL Marathon. Just supporting him in his career change. What brought us to life insurance is my dad had passed away 2 years ago, no coverage. Um, so that kind of hit hard. And at that moment, Brandon was looking for something different. I was okay with my little job, just supporting him and helping him through his process and getting onboarded with FFL, and I just became kind of helping him out and started to do some dials for him and actually just I booked an appointment that the client wanted a female, and we had no female agents, but I said,
Okay.
sure, we'll send a female, no problem. And it just ended up being me, you know, with him, coming out with him, and just acting like his assistant and helping him with that, you know, as a um, how do you say, like a companion to go with him to walk through the process with her so she felt comfortable. Um, we were there for about 45 minutes, and she, you know, had an experience that she kind of changed her life. She got into a huge wreck. She was about 60 something years old, about 65 years old. And she had gotten into a car accident that kind of opened her eyes to, I need to get it together. So we came in and Brandon helped her. He made about $1,400 in that 45 minutes. When we left, I was like, well, show me the calculations. Like, what do you get from helping her? He kind of broke it down for me, did the math, and was like, I was like, no way. We were there for 45 minutes. There's no way. Like, I mean, I can do this. So it then became me being his admin, to his dialer, to his now
You were
running
his everything.
running partner. So ever since then, I mean, I wouldn't change a thing. Just the way we found it, and I'm thankful for Family First Life. It definitely changed our life completely. As a mom, I'm able to spend more time with my kids. As a wife, I'm able to work together with my husband. So if we can get through running a business, there's really nothing we can't get through because
That's true.
it's definitely tough, but and also changed our financial status as well. So there's a lot of different factors that it's changed our world. And I mean, I'm just happy to share it with whoever is open to listening and open to taking a chance on themselves, because it's definitely it's tough. It's nothing worth having comes easy, but it's definitely worth it. So that's
And I agree with you, for sure. I really do agree with you. Family First Life is a humongous opportunity. It's a blessing for most of us, I would say. And 45-minute appointments, you can make $1,400. Where can you do that?
I really sat there, was like, I will sit at my desk for 80 hours to make
Mhm.
that money. And then I don't even get that because they take out for taxes, they take out for insurance, they take out for
Mhm.
everything under the sun. And, you know, you just get that deposit in 48 hours. That's
Yes,
mind
it's
blowing.
nuts. Yeah, so I know it's definitely changing the lives of your family because, again, like you said, you're able to make X amount of dollars here with Family First Life, no taxes taken out. You work a regular 9 to 5, guys. They're you're like a slave to the system, okay? And you're working for 40 to 80 hours a week, and it's like, man, like, when can I get that next raise? How can I make more money? I'm not getting this promotion. So, like you said, you shadowed your husband. You were basically his everything, his dialer, went in the field, tried to help him, and you saw how much he made. So, just to say, I'm not a mom, so I'm a little bit concerned. Like, how do you do it? That leads me to like my next question. Like, what does a running schedule look like for you with all the chaos? You're a mom, you're a wife, you're an agency owner. How do you do it?
I don't know. I drink a lot of water and um, it's definitely tough, but the beauty of Family First Life is allowing you to create your own schedule. So I work around my family. And when I
Okay.
say that, I mean, you know, I know there's a lot of people who say I can't run because I have kids, I have little ones. Well, are they the reason you don't run, or are they the reason you do run? You know,
Mm,
what is the reason? Why are you doing this? What is your why? Um, my reason is just that they do everything for them. I've worked terrible jobs that I hated the most and sacrificed my time and my mental to take care of them. So um, I run around their schedule, meaning I, like today, wake up early, take them to school, get them ready. The schedule for me is to book a few appointments after I drop them off. So in between their time of getting dropped off from 8:30 a.m. to about 1:30 p.m. Sorry for the background noise. And then I am going around, that schedule. So I'll run a few appointments so that I have time to get back to this side of town to pick them up from school. And then in between, I'm talking to agents, I'm helping with whatever staff needs, or following up with clients. Just in that time frame, pick them up from school, and then I book a few more appointments for after. So my schedule is in between their drop off and their pickup.
Okay.
And so from there, I'm running just a couple more appointments so I can get back in time to make dinner and go along with the rest of my evening. But that's what I like about Family First Life the most, is that I don't have to be stuck or tied to a phone. I was in a call center, so I was tied to a phone for 8 hours, sometimes longer if I needed to make extra money. And it just became I was just over it. Like I don't like to be told when I can't go to the bathroom. 15 minutes is not enough for me to take a mental break. Mandated 30-minute lunches when I'm given an hour in my offer letter, just because you need help, I got to cut mine short. Requesting time off that is denied because they don't have enough staff. Like, listen, PTO stands for prepare the others. I'm not coming to work today. So that's like this has just been a relief off my shoulders that I don't have to, go back to that. But my schedule is pretty hectic. I also go to school, so there's homework for myself on top of helping the agency and building and just recruiting and helping more people learn about Family First Life. That's my number one goal. I say to myself all the time, and my daughter, who is in 5, involved as well in license, what kind of friend would we be if we didn't tell people about this? And that's selfish. And you hear that a lot from Steven, from Brandon, from Bruce. If you don't tell somebody about this opportunity, you're very selfish. Even if I'm not doing well, somebody out there could be better than you. Somebody out there could be great. Somebody could change their life who's having a harder time than you, and you may not think they're going to do well here, but that's on them to make that choice. And that's just my goal is now to continue to be a mom, the best mom I could be, continue to be supportive wife that I can be, continue to build a strong agency and support my team, and just continue to tell people about Family First Life. It's that amazing. If you believe in yourself, you know you can do it. You work so hard for a company who can fire you and tap you on the shoulder at any time. You owe it to yourself. You owe loyalty to yourself, nobody else. So that's I just run, as crazy as it sounds, I run around them, and I'm just so used to it now that I can't. I mean, I don't think I could ever go back to corporate America because I just love my freedom so much that, I mean, I'll help anybody understand this and get better at it so that they can enjoy theirs as well.
Sounds like you're an amazing mom. Sounds like you're an amazing wife and an agency owner. Is there like a specific time block where you're calling agents? Because I know that's very key to this business. Like, if you're an agency owner and you're a mom, like there has to be a specific time where you're dedicated to your agents, or is it like a random schedule day today because your mom is 6 and it's a chaotic schedule? So is it like a specific time?
I do cut out time, and most of the time it's when they're not here in front of me. We have kids, so just to understand, we have a blended family. So he had 2, I had 2, we had 2 together. Majority of our kids, we only have 3 left in school right now. So I have a son who's 15, he's in high school. He goes to school odd hours from 7 a.m. to 2:15. And then we have 2 little ones who are in elementary from 8 a.m. to 3:10. So I'm, during those time frames, I block out for them. But everything in between my call, in between my appointments, in between me getting to and from wherever I need to go, Agents call me, I'm there to assist them. So I just kind of blend it all in when I get a moment. But for the most part, my office days is when I really get my hands on those who need assistance and after training calls so that they can, they got me all day, all day. After Thursday, after our training call, if you have any questions, you have me all day. Because after that, I'm in the field and it's just getting your mind right and staying on track and staying disciplined, staying focused so that you can kind of make this a little simpler. I know it's chaotic in anyone's business right now, trying to figure everything out, finding balance. There is no balance. You just gotta write it down and work your schedule. I learned that from Colton. He showed us a planner where he wrote down everything. Stephen Yee has showed us a planner where we wrote down everything. The beginning of the year, December 31st, I wrote down everything that I was going to do for the rest of the year. Everything in pen is permanent. Dial days, meetings.
I like that.
Anything in pen is permanent. Anything in pencil can be changed. So those parties you were invited to or those concerts you were invited to might not be so important to your business. You can erase that. You can erase that and you can move on. I write down all the kids' birthdays and what days I plan to do things for them so that it's just those days and it's back to business because it doesn't take a week to celebrate their birthday, you know, and we get sidetracked with that. And I'm guilty of that in the past. I was, you know, taking days off to prepare myself, but I've learned how to get things done and be organized. And that planner really helped me. So I hope if you are using your phone to write things down, we're quick to swipe and, you know, forget about that alert that just came up. But when that binder, that thing is in your bag, you have no option but to pull it out and look at it, flip through it and see what you have to do. That's just me, but it's definitely been helping me so far. So
Nice. Okay. And I think that is very helpful that you do have a planner. I don't think a lot of people use planners. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I know with me, I use my phone as well. So that's a good resource, guys. Make sure you guys are blocking out time so you are able to dial. Make sure you have a block time. That way you're able to interact with your team. She's a agency owner and a mom at the same time. So you have to have some type of structure. That way you can have some type of balance for your day, for your week. If you don't mind me asking, Teresa, what type of leads do you buy?
I use a lot of age. I started with aged,
Okay.
aged mortgage, aged final expense. Um, a lot of Brandon's stuff that he can't get to. There might be some think abouts in there that I'll follow up with and pull, you know, he'll get the low hanging fruit. And then I have the time because he's traveling, you know, across the country, helping teammates, helping other agency owners support them and do trainings in their grand openings. He's all over the place. So when he's out and he's traveling, he'll get the low hanging fruit, right? But the ones that need to think about it, the ones that need to be at least, you know, not convinced, but just to understand, maybe they're not understanding something. I'll take that time so that they see the light, like, look, you do need it. You've explained this to me. You explained that to me. You do need it. So I have the time between being at home and doing all the other stuff for me to actually dig a little deeper and get those families protected. But for the most part, I have a blend of now that we're hybrid, I have a SFD, so Social First Digital, which I can be at home and do those, or if they choose me to come out, I can go out and help them. I still have the CRM leads that I use. I see my favorite happy agent has now working with WorkSpots. So just different variety. It's best to have a different variety of leads so that you can, like my husband says, stack the deck in your favor. Even if it's a minimal amount of money you have, I mean, it's there for you. It's easy for you to go in, ask these people, why am I here? They have to tell you why they're here, why you're here. And then from there, it should be a no brainer for them to go ahead and get their family protected. So just running a variety of different leads, but age leads are pretty much my favorite. I started with 2-year-old leads, so that's when I first began, and I did like 16K my first month because I wanted to prove to myself, and I did that with $500. I wanted to prove to myself that I can do this. If something happened to Brandon, I can take over this business. I can do this. If he wasn't around, I can do this. If I was a single mom, I can do this. I can still provide for my family, and I can work it the way I need to work it around my schedule. And I did that. I proved to myself that I could do that. And then after I did it a few more times, I quit my job. So, I mean, it's definitely there for you. All leads are good leads if you are working them like you should be.
Yes, I agree on that as well. I hear you talking a lot about age leads. Here at Family First Life, I do hear a lot of agents talk about, oh, I have to purchase new leads. Those are better. They're fresh. They're fresh. And I go according to what you go according to. All leads are good leads. You could give me a 5-year-old lead, and best believe Krystle is going to go out there and she's going to close it. What is it about these age leads that is good, Teresa? Like, why would you recommend to a new agent or someone trying to get to 20,000? Why are age leads good? Not the instance, but age.
For me, the age leads, those families have been contacted previously, and at that time, you never know, they may have not liked the way they were presented the options. They may have not liked that agent who came out, or their tone, their body language. Like, people read each other. They may not have liked something about that. Their finances may have not been okay at that moment. And things change. Maybe they were having a bad day, and they just were bombarded with life and thought they wanted this, but things happen in people's lives that change their mind, or maybe whatever it is at that moment that they didn't protect their family. But you going back in 3, or even a month, 2, 3, a year down the line, and coming back and like, hey, you filled this out, it's in my files, you've been flagged, did somebody bring this out to you, or is there a better position we could put you in? And they're more open to it because now they're not being bombarded with all the calls. Don't get me wrong, I love instance too. That's where I make a lot of my premium was on instance. So I love those too. But the age ones, they've had time to think about it. There's no
Absolutely.
At this point, there's no more thinking. This was 2 years old, sir. You had 2 years to think about it. Your ship has sailed. Like, let's get something put in place, even if it's $2,000, even if it's $5,000, whatever it is. I know that if somebody would have knocked on my dad's door and told him they would give him $10,000 for $50, I would have paid it for him. I mean, that's just because $50 is easier to come up with than 10,000.
That's so true.
And some of them do say, oh, well, I have this plan already. I have a cremation plan. That's great. But do you know what it takes on a person mentally when they're going through this, and now they got to serve plates, and now they got to serve this, and then now they got to serve
GoFundMes.
to get the little pieces and put them all into place, so that they can give you the proper service because you thought you had what you have. It at that time of grieving, you should be grieving. You shouldn't be stressing. You shouldn't be having to cook food. You shouldn't have to be standing in the heat in Arizona washing cars. You shouldn't have to be literally begging for people to help you when that could have been done already. You know what I'm saying? So I've never seen a family, and I tell them that, look, I've never seen a family, oh, it's only $2,000, take that back. Never. They're appreciative that you at least try to lighten the load. It takes a lot on somebody's mental when you only get 5 days to go back to work for bereavement. It's not enough. It's not enough. Wasn't enough for me, and I don't know anybody in this world who thinks that's enough time to grieve a parent, a spouse, a child, anybody close to them. So make it make sense for them. Make it make sense. Because I had to take a break from work to get my mind right because my dad was a single father. He raised us by himself. It took a lot. It took a lot. So that's my reason for digging in those age ones because most of them haven't been touched. Most of them haven't been protected. So those are the reason why I run age leads.
Okay. Yes, and I see you're getting a little touchy, and I really appreciate you sharing this with all of us. I think a lot of agents need to hear this because when you're trying to run at a high clip, guys, a lot of us were trying to be 20K producers, 30K, 10, 5K, whatever it is, but a lot of you guys discriminate against the leads, which is wrong. All leads are good leads. The instant leads are good. The age mortgage protection is a golden ticket to a lot of money in return. Your return of premium is very high when you buy these leads, guys. Age mortgage protection leads are $2 or $2.50 a lead. So for a lot of you agents that say, hey, Teresa, hey, Krystle, Brandon, Stephen, like, all I have is $500. If you guys see this in the CRM, pick those bad boys up. The money is, oh my gosh, like so many times I've personally sold age mortgage protection leads and you make like a few $1,000s, but you only put in like $500 less. So pick up those leads, guys. Do not discriminate against the leads here. Everything is good. What's old for someone else is new for you.
Right.
Pick it up.
Right.
Pick them up. And like Teresa mentioned, like she wished somebody would have knocked on her father's door. $50 is not going to break the bank, guys. Would you rather spend $50 a month or $10,000 trying to do a funeral? Okay, we got a little Holy Ghost in here or something. But yeah, would you guys rather spend $50 a month or $10,000 trying to do some type of cremation service, a burial service, and then you can't grieve? When you're working a 9-to-5, guys, how do you grieve? Like Teresa's saying, it makes sense. You can't grieve correctly. But here, we're independent. We create our own schedule. We print our own money. If something happens to our loved ones, we could take care of the situation and take X amount of days to grieve. It doesn't matter. We create freedom right here, right now. I know you kind of mentioned how much you spend on leads, but what was your budget when you first started?
It was $500. Because Brandon's already invested a lot of money in his leads, and I sometimes get some of his scraps, whatever's left that he doesn't get to, or they give him a hard time. They may not want a male, they want a female to come out, so I'll use some of those. But $500, and it was actually $480 where I bought leads, and then the $20 I put in gas. That's when I first started. That was my first month.
Okay.
And since then, it's fluctuated anywhere from $5 to $800, and that's just me. That's what I was doing as part-time. Just putting it in and putting it back. Right back into my business. Whatever I made, I put it back in my business, and that's the key part. So it's nice to see these deposits every 48 hours, every day, if you're doing it correctly. But sometimes the problem is, agents don't put that money back into their business. They think,
I agree.
I got this deposit, I'm gonna go do this. No, you can't go do this because you haven't finished doing that. And that is protecting families. You haven't finished that. You haven't gotten to the point where you're able to spend. I learned from Stephen, you pay yourself the little salary that you've been used to, and you put the money back into your business. You pay your expenses, you pay your bills, and you pay yourself, and then you put the rest back into your business. And it's only going to be profitable if you continue to do that and you have discipline to do that. A lot of agents out there who just, like I said, get the deposit and then move on, and then they're like, oh crap, I need to sell something, and it's like, no, you should have just continued the course, stuck to the plan that you originally said you were going to do, reinvest back into your business, and continue to build. If you can't buy the building, at least you can stock the shelves. Get it stocked. I mean, I don't know what other way to put it. But for me, $500 to $800 a week is what I spend on leads. And that one lead that you spend $250 on could turn
You got thousands.
5,000. You know, I spent $11 on an instant lead. I helped a family and made 8,000. I spent $11 on a lead and made 8,000. Like right before the holidays, like it was like, wow, like this is insane. This is mind blowing that they know what they want. You know, those instances, they know what they want. They are receptive to the information if you just dial them right. You know, and you knock on the door. If you can't get them on the phone, knock on the door. Like, yes, it's awkward, but so is, and it's scary, but so is sitting at your desk not knowing if someone's going to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, get your purse, your job's being given to somebody else. So I mean, use what you have. You have enough to spend on coffee, you have enough to spend on, you got to sacrifice some things. For when I got started, I wasn't getting my nails done. I needed to make sure that I could do this. Wasn't getting my nails done, wasn't doing all the extra stuff I needed to do because I didn't have my stuff together. When I say my stuff together, I didn't have the insurance that I needed for myself and for my family. I needed to make sure that I can sustain all of that, health insurance, my own life insurance through, you know, carriers that I have, wrote policies on myself to make sure that my family was stable if something happened to me. And then now that I have my stuff together, I can spend money on myself when I make a little money here and there. So it's all about being disciplined and keeping to your budget. And I mean, listen, we got 6 kids, so it's a budget. We have kids from just turned 24 to age 8. So we've got kids who are adults and still act like kids sometimes, but it's okay. And we have grandkids, so it's a lot. So me budgeting myself and staying disciplined to that budget, I haven't lost yet.
I love it. I love it. And that's what it is, guys. You guys have to put the money back in the business. The money does not belong to you. That money belongs to your business. Like Teresa said, she wasn't getting her nails done. The money went to lead. So for all of you agents that might say, I don't have the money, and you have money in your checking or your savings account, you got a credit card, figure it out, because the reward is right there. If you guys put your money into your investments, you purchase your leads, go door knock, whatever it is you have to do, you're going to win. You're not going to fail. And then you have leaders like Teresa, myself, Stephen Yee, Brandon Kitchens, Bruce Williams, like, you're going to win. There's no way you guys will fall on your face. If you guys fall, then we all fall. Teresa will fall. And she's passionate. I can see that you're passionate about what you're talking about. So I'm pretty sure the viewers, they appreciate that. Teresa, what advice would you give to a new agent that's running in this business? They're a spouse, maybe they just have a significant other. What advice will you provide?
Well, just getting started, I would treat it as a business, like Reese says, from day one. Treat it like a business from day one. It's not a hobby. It's not a little side gig, a little hustle that you do. You're not selling candles. You're not selling paparazzi jewelry. You are actually building a business and building a legacy for your family. So treat it as such. Believe in yourself. Like I said, you work so hard for the bank or whatever it is that you do. You work so hard for them for so many years. You put so much time. But when you are no longer there, they don't remember you. You're just another employee. So why would you, go so hard for somebody else but not for yourself?
Talk to us.
You know, that's just my whole thing. And it was like, and Steven, I know you're watching. If you're watching, if you're not, you really broke it down for me when you had me sit down and tell me, okay, what do you get if you stay? And what do you get if you leave? And I will never forget that conversation, because you're like, what do you get if you stay? And I went through everything. What do you get if you leave? And I went through everything. And it was like, this is better. This is the greater reward. This is what I want for me. This is what I want for my family. So believe in yourself. Don't give up. Reach out to anybody out here, anybody networking. I didn't know Krystle from a can of paint. And now we talk to each other every night because we've, sorry for the background noise. Because I mean, we're bouncing ideas off each other and sharing each other's what worked and what didn't work. Just talk to people. Just because you know me doesn't mean you can't know everybody else in the business. SkyPoint is a large agency. Prolific is a large agency. Marathon is a large agency. Unparalleled, we're growing, but we need to, get back, to connecting with each other. Just network with each other. Find somebody who you can relate to and pour into them. Never have I met a soul in FFL from the top, from the CEO down. One moment. Never have I met a soul who told me, no, Teresa, I cannot help you. You have to be on my team before I can help you. Never. So if that's the type of feedback that you're getting, come to me. That's incorrect. I can help you, and I can help you find somebody who will relate to you and who will work with you. And if you're working with your spouse, or you have a spouse who's halfway in, halfway out, I think this has built strengthened our bond together, because he knows what I'm going through and I know what he's going through, so we can, balance each other out. Because the last thing you want is your spouse to venting to somebody else, and then you feel like you're not included, they're not talking to you, and they're just doing that because they don't want to stress you out with their stress. But we know each other's what's going on. We know what's going on with each other. So it's strengthened us to be stronger as a team, stronger as a unit, so that we can help those who are trying to start with their spouse or the significant other. And just, you don't have an idea of how many men, ask me, can you talk to my wife? Like, look, I can't change her mind, and she's got to believe in you 100% like I believe in my husband. So I'll talk to her. I'll show her what I do and what I did to get started to help be your admin. But I can't change her mind. But I'll do whatever I can to help anybody. So even from a few people from corporate reached out to me, and they didn't know that I had my own logo. They're like, well, you go, girl. I think that's cool that you got your own logo and you got your own agency. I mean, that's dope, because it's a lot of people out there who are fussing and fighting at each other's necks because they don't know the business. So when you don't know the business, you're going to think the business is taking away from your time, your me time, or whatever it is, with your spouse. And but once you understand what this business is, what it does for your family, and how it's helping other people change their lives, okay, let's do this. Let's help more people. Let's help people be successful. Let's help people leave legacies. Like, that's all there is to it.
I love it. I love it. I'm sure you're inspiring a lot of people, including myself. My goodness, Teresa, you're strong. You're strong.
Believe in yourself. I mean, you can do it. I mean, I like I said, I had no aspirations of doing this. I'm sure none of us in this call had previous experience with this. And if you're killing it now, don't give up. Don't let up. Just keep going.
Yes, absolutely. And I do want to thank Stephen for this opportunity as well. I mean, SkyPoint, we're pretty large. There's lots of agents within. So reach out to someone, reach out to Teresa, reach out to Stephen, reach out to Brandon, Colton, Bruce, myself. We're all here for everybody. So it's not like you guys could only talk to certain people. We're all here under SkyPoint. So that's the beauty of being with Family First Live, being within our organization of SkyPoint. So again, thank you, Stephen E, for the opportunity. But now let's open it up for some Q&A. Does anybody have any questions for Teresa, myself? No questions. So everyone knows how to make 10 to 20,000 a month. Come on now. Drop the questions below, guys. If you guys are not making 20,000 a month, you guys should have a question. If you guys are a parent, whether you're a mom, a father, drop a question below. We all can learn from one another. We're not perfect, so.
There's one.
Okay, can you elaborate on the age mortgage script and what can you say?
Yeah, I actually have a text message that I send out to, which I could send to you, Brianna. But basically, I do let them know that we went through an audit, and their account was flagged for either they never received the information or the rates, they weren't getting the best rate that we can offer. And I do say, as a manager here, it's my priority to get these options out to you and make sure that you have everything in front of you. What you do with it is your own leisure. You can throw it away, whatever you need to do. But my job is to get it out here. Once you're in the door, you're in the door. They've let a complete stranger in their house. So if they let a complete stranger in your house and you have not closed that deal, then it's no longer on the client. That means you need to reach out to somebody and see what you can do to strengthen that. It might be the client, they don't want to do anything at this time. But if they let a complete stranger and laid out their whole life in front of you, you got to be kidding me if you're not leaving out of there with a $50 a month, $30 a month. It doesn't have to be $300 a month payment. Get them something they can afford. Like I said, nobody has ever, and I'll tell them that, sir, nobody has ever given me a check back and said that wasn't enough. Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense because you've eased that burden. You know, I'm here for a reason. You got me out of my house, away from my kids, to come to your house for you to sit here and tell me that, oh, well, I was just looking for quotes. Okay, so how many quotes have you gotten in the last 6 months? Okay, because quotes don't pay death benefits.
Oh, say that again. That's right.
They don't pay. Okay, so whatever I'm writing on this paper, there's nothing to think about because we haven't put in a request for coverage. So once you have something in hand that you're approved for, that's when you think. Right now, you haven't thought enough. You are 60-something years old. The ship has sailed, sir. You know, I'm a little different in the home. So I just like to play with the script, which I can text to you, Brianna. I can get that out to you guys and so that you can see for yourself. And just stay engaged with the SkyPoint chat and even the FFL USA group on Facebook because they drop nuggets in there. Like that script I use, I got it from Jordan Lowry, who posted on a random question. So just take everything that you can get and apply it. Every training that you get, the trainings that Brandon does, the training that Stephen, Bruce, Colton, everybody does is for a reason. And it all works. I see Bruce. What
Yes.
fuels you to stay at it every day? My family. My family, and it's gonna work. It's gotta work. Like this is on my body. Like this is
That's permanent.
this is gonna work. Like when we put our heart and soul into something, we're gonna make it work. Come hell or high water, it's gonna work because it's in our hands. It's not in your guys' hands for it to work. It's in my hands for it to work. It's in Brandon's hands to make it work for us. We can't let ourselves down, can't let our family down, we can't let our team down. So whatever it is that that wakes you up in the morning to keep going to that 9 to 5 and keep punching that clock, focus that energy on your business. Focus all that energy on your business. And then
This next one is more like a role play. I don't know if we have a lot of time, but Teresa and Krystle, can you share with us your in-home and how to properly set the table at the beginning of the appointment?
Just like everyone else, I look for the table, the kitchen table. Deals don't get done on the couch, just like Stephen, Brandon,
Correct.
everybody say. Deals don't get done at the couch. I'm not going to let them be comfortable. If I learn anything in this business, if you want to be living comfortable, you have to get uncomfortable. So yeah, it's nerve-wracking going into those houses, and you taking control of their home. Just finding that table, sitting down and asking them, okay, what put you in the market for life insurance? What happened? Why am I here? That question alone opens them up to, oh, so-and-so passed, or I just realized I just wanted to get something covered because of this, that, and the other. So all those things that they're saying in that first sentence that you ask them, that first question that you ask them, write it down, because that's, like Brandon says, that's your gun. So when they give you an objection, you pick up your gun, right in the chest, because it makes sense. You told me all this stuff. You told me all your kids' names, your grandkids' names, how their baby daddies don't do nothing for them. They ain't got no money, work at Burger King, all this stuff. You say that to tell me you got to think about it. And coming from a person who had to experience their parent pass away, I love my dad to death, but I'd be, if it was right here in front of me, I'd say, where the hell you didn't get insurance? You know, because that took a lot from us, my siblings, myself. It took a lot from us to do what we needed to do for you. But I do say that, you know, if my dad was right here right now, I ask him, you need to get insurance right this minute, because it's going to be tough. So why would you burden your children like that? Oh, my kids make money. Yeah, they might make money, but they don't have to spend on you.
I hear that quite a lot.
So, like I said, if somebody would have knocked on my dad's door and they want to talk about it with their kids, okay, we'll get them on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all yours for the next hour. Get them on the phone. You know, and it's just asking those questions, making sure that they understand that they invited a complete stranger into their home and we're going to do business. We're not quote, I'm not Geico. I'm not, and I do say that. Today we're going to submit an application. I'm not a quote guy. I'm an actual field underwriter. So they have me come out here. I'm the eyes and ears for the carrier, and I need to make sure that you're worthy of coverage.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
For that, it's on them.
I pretty much do the same thing, Teresa, when I'm in home. Like I explained on the inside the sales, you have to build trust at the door, guys. So when you guys start your appointment, have your credentials out, have your state license, have your badge on at all times. So they have something to look at. Listen to your customers. They're going to do all the selling for you if you just pay attention to them. Don't try to overtalk them and think you know more than them. Like, we understand we're knowledgeable. We went and obtained our state license through whatever state we're in, but listen to your customers. Go straight to the table. I don't ask where I can sit. I don't want to sit on your couch. I'm not here to chill. I'm here for business. I'm here to protect you and your family. This is why you have an appointment with me. So just like you, T, I'm the same way. Go straight to the table. I don't like for people to see my iPad, so I try to sit where they can't really go behind me. But then I take control of the situation. They need us. They need us. Yeah, if something happens to their family, then what? You know? So
so I got two more questions here. One call closed with telesales. I would definitely reference that video that Brandon just did that's going around here. He's killing it.
yeah.
I take it and the same way you would dial to make a appointment. We are now servicing by 2 ways or 3 ways: Zoom, phone, or in person. With the new Delta variant, I'm not sure if you want me to come to your house, but I will if that's your choice. No, help me by phone. So definitely my recommendation to the anonymous attendee who asked that question, please watch Brandon's YouTube that's been going around, because it's definitely helpful. I learned from him, so I would definitely reference that video. Um, how to effectively move with lack of time and still be efficient enough to grow. How do you effectively move through lack of time? Is that a Nelly? Is that a question? How would
Here's another question on here, T, and I really like this one. What would you tell yourself in the first 30 days with the knowledge and strategy you have now in regards to the business? I'm sure we all could tell ourselves something because we all did something wrong.
Stay at it. Stay focused. The most important thing in this business is the phones. That's where the money's made. You need to get on the phone. You need to dial those leads. You need to set your appointments, and make sure that you can master that. And that's very true. Stephen did mention that when we first started. Master the phones. If you master the phones, there's no way you're coming out that house without premium or without helping that family. In our home, like I said, my oldest daughter is licensed as well. There's no family left behind. So we have to protect these families. They asked us to come out for a reason. So just stay at it, stay focused. I mean, just listen to your upline. I can't stress that enough. Listen to your upline. They've paved the way. They've made the mistakes. They're telling you what not to do. And if you are defiant and you don't want to listen to that,
Yeah.
You made that choice. The best thing I can tell you is to listen to your upline. If he tells you go left, you go left. It's a reason why he's telling you go left, because he don't want you to hit that landmine over there. Okay, right. So make sure that you listen to your upline, and staying consistent on your dials. I see a question here. What's your dial style? How many dials a day? I dial daily. So in between appointments, I dial. If I don't have enough appointments, I'm going to dial. Right now, I have an appointment here after this call. So I'm going to dial on the way there, because there were some people that I didn't catch yesterday. So you got to stay consistent. Don't let those leads sit, especially if you buy instance. If you buy an instant, that's the name of the game. Instant, you call them instantly.
Right away.
Don't sit and let them sit for a week, because guess what happens when you do that? 4, 5, 6 other agents probably already, because they're submitting to so many places, they want something right now. So you call them instantly. And I've learned my lesson on that. So when I say, if you buy an instant, call it instantly, take heed. You should do that, because I'm telling you, I've lost out on some deals because I didn't practice what I preach. So stay consistent with that.
Let's do this last one. How many leads are both of us purchasing on a week to be a 20K producer? So I'll start. I do about $1,000 to $2,000 a week, guys. And then when I first started, I did anywhere between $700 to $1,000. I was being selfish to myself. And then, of course, Bruce being in my ear, like, Krystle, why are you not spending extra money? You got it. This is why you're not making X amount of dollars. And I'm trying to be that 30 to 40K producer. So when I amped it up, guess what? I'm a 20K producer, 30K producer, 40K producer. So $1,000 to $2,000 a week. UT?
I still about the $500 to $800, $800 to $1,000. It just depends on what I've done previously, or if Brandon has anything left over for me to scrape from. I work old leads. There's people in the office who are like, hey, I got these leads and they suck. No, they don't. Let me have them. I'll call them. So one man's trash, another man's treasure, and I've made it this far with that whole thing. So, yeah, I know once I increase my purchase amount for leads, that I'm going 30K, I'm going 40K, and I need to do that like today. So so it's just staying consistent, honestly, because even if you bought $500 worth of leads and you and you call them right, you resolve them. That's keyword, resolve all your leads, and you resolve them, then your return of investment is greater. Any way you cut it, any way you slice it. Even if you just sell one out of the 100 that you buy, you've made your money back.
Make your money back.
You made your money back, and now you have 99 more opportunities to keep going. To answer Nellie's question before we stop here, I know with some people have health issues and things like that, so I think that's a Krystle question, because how do you move with lack of time and be still efficient to grow? I know you're the queen of 25-minute, 30-minute appointments. I had a few of those. Brandon witnessed and was like, what in the world? Locking it down. For me, locking it down in the beginning when you're dialing and you lock them in, they need to know, hey, I'm coming out here. And I do ask them, we're going to be submitting an application, okay? So I'm going to need you to have your prescriptions ready. Also your photo ID and your method of payment, banking information, so that we can get through this process quickly. I have 15 other families to see. Maybe I really don't, but I have 15 other families to see, and I need to get through them right away. They don't have me out there. They only send me out there one time, and this is the time I need to get it done in, okay? It takes about 15, 20 minutes, depending on how many questions you have. So if you don't have no questions, I'm in and out. 30, 45 minutes max. But I'm not, if you're in there more than an hour,
Something's wrong.
Talking about the dog, talking about eating cookies and whatnot, back it up. You missed the point. You missed the point. The point was to come in and help this family. Now you're friends. And now they don't want to do business with friends.
Exactly. Don't try to be friends with your customers. They are your clientele. So when you guys are trying to understand, like, how is Teresa and Krystle doing 20,000 a month? How is Krystle doing her appointments in 20 and 25 minutes? How's Teresa doing it less than 45 minutes? We're listening to the customer. We're not having conversations with you, like that, period. Do not have conversations. If you're there to compliment the type of cup they have, the bottles, the paint on the walls, what are you doing? You're not being a business professional. A business professional is going to make sure that they're letting the customer know, I'm here because you requested us to be here for the final expense program. You were requesting insurance for mortgage protection. Get straight to the point. You don't have to bluff to make a sale. They could see that now you're looking fake and funny, and now they're like, I got to think about it. You become their friends. They got to think about it. You made them comfortable. You're not there to build comfort and friends. You are there to protect them. If you protect them, guys, what happens? You guys reap the benefit of collecting some type of money within 72 hours, direct deposit. Again, no taxes taken out. Get straight to the point.
There was one last question here. When you travel, how do you do it with your kids? Well, Brandon travels more than me. And then when we do travel together, we're blessed with being young parents, I guess, not blessed, but whatever. We got kids who are able to help them. My oldest daughter will watch them, or my mother-in-law will come out, or they'll be at my mother-in-law's during the summer. We don't have a lot of family here in Arizona that we can count on and call and come watch the kids while we travel. So we make it work. It's tough, but we make it work. And if you have the support system where you have somebody you can call, you have a mom who comes stay at your house where you go travel and do your thing, utilize them. And let them know, look, when I got it, you're going to have it. So if I ain't got the money right now to pay for babysitting all these kids, I promise you, when I come back, I got you. Listen, I wrote a couple IOUs, but I paid through with them because I stay consistent. So that's why Brandon travels more than me, because I'm here holding down the fort while he's out there helping families. So I hope I answered all of your questions and that I helped somebody today.
I know you did.
You are looking for me. You got my number. If not, it's 480-528-7656. 480-528-7656. I'll put it in the chat. Please let me know if I can help you. I hate to to cut it short, but I got two little girls right here, got to get to school. So
Yes, so Teresa, we thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing all the golden nuggets with us. Stephen Yee, thank you so much for the opportunity. Again, this is every Tuesday at 7 a.m. with SkyPoint. Thank you for tuning in, and let's kick butts today. Bye, guys.